just as a early microphone check, sound, camera, all that kind of stuff. Thanks to many of you for joining our October update webinar. I will get this started in about 2 to 3 minutes. So just hang on. I'll keep filling a little bit of time and fill in the air. But right now, just so you can make sure you've got good audio quality, we appreciate you joining us here this morning. And in terms of timing, just to kind of set that expectation, it's always nice. We do like to block these for an hour, but with the October content today, we're not going to be anywhere close to the hour. If we run, kind of what I would expect, it'll be 30 to 35 minutes, including a question and answer session to cover all of the products that we'll go over today. So with that, just give us a couple extra minutes to let folks log on, as I do have a window into that, so that the counts are climbing here, and I'll get us underway in a minute or so, minute and a half or so. I'm looking at my watch. I'm one of those bad guys who lifts the cover of his grill too soon and too often, too many times. So, it's one of those things where I'd be better off just looking at my watch and knowing that we'll get there with a little bit more time. So we'll build some heat, let a few more customers join in, and then we'll get this thing kicked off. So good morning. Thanks again for joining. And then for my Liteline team, as we get some of these notifications, if some people have to be, joined or put in, thanks. I can see you guys handling that on that side for, admitting some people who don't have the direct admit capability. So thanks for doing that. One other just webinar note here today. The way that we enable these meetings is we do it with no camera, so you don't have the ability to use your camera. So, feel free to lightly multitask in the background until something that, that I catch your attention with is super compelling. And then we always mute the microphones. So we will do the Q&A session, and we'll just do that through the Teams chat. So I will go to that at the conclusion of the, of the presentation and what we're going to cover today. So that's pretty much the housekeeping. With that, then I'm going to move us forward and get into this. So thanks again for joining. Let's begin. So the plan here, and what we originally talked about, and really kind of our lead-in, certainly is the Shade Mini 4-inch. That's the newest product that we've got here, but there are some important updates also that product development and engineering have gotten across the line for us as well. So it's also appropriate to talk about updates for Click on our Flex program, a couple new things there within Flex, and then Vela as well, which some of you may not even be familiar with that. But that again is another nice new way with our tape light product. Some new things that are available there from a channel perspective. And in particular, it's our recessed channel system there with Vela. So that's what we're covering. To kick it off, obviously Shade Mini 4, that really was the basis of, thanks to the market, and thanks to that point for a product that we launched about 20 months ago called just Shade Mini 6-inch. The market showed there's a need for and to support a smaller aperture on that. So just as a overview here in terms of tech specs, and again, a few visuals to go with that as well. Shade Mini 4-inch, in terms of lumens and the way that it was scoped as a full fixture, 560 lumens. I know, I can hear you, even though I told you your microphones are off, and they really are off, by the way, but I can hear the wheels turning. Some people saying 560 lumens, Liteline, why did you do that? What's going on behind that scene? Important. We definitely thought about that and thought about it in a holistic way. One of the things just at first blush that we got to remember is, we really want to do this. And the whole reason Shade Mini was scoped is we wanted to elevate and get away from the glare that just a surface disc puck wafer creates. So this is elevating that surface mount experience. This is a decorative element. And as scoped, our recommendation is that 560 lumens really is the sweet spot in looking at that. And so to put that alongside, I will have two additional slides, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But I just wanted to let you know we really put a lot of thought as to why this product was scoped, again, as a whole fixture at that lumen level. For more just orientation, and as shown kind of right in those center images, it is available both in round and square form factor. Um, at its base capability, means standard capability, it will always have 5 color temperature selectability. So that's our traditional 5, as I say, for Liteline, where we do that range between 2700 and 5000 K. The exterior jacket on this, it is the exact same roadmap both for that with what we have on Shade Mini 6-inch. So that means that it is an exterior jacket of either a white or black shell. And then the internal baffle, 5 different finish selections there. And again, that is universal across the board, round and square. Last 2 points really to cover here on this slide. And I guess we'll start with the icons at the bottom right in that image. This is a lifetime warranty product. So I think really important there is that, with this design, with one of the things that, you may lead with Liteline because of our lifetime warranty. This again has the engineering, has the background. This also carries our lifetime warranty, much like many of our other products. IC rated airtight. That will come up into, and this goes back to that lumen discussion we'll have in 2 slides from now. So we'll talk about that. But there is a reason why we stamp that and show that as IC airtight rated, even though we think most of these will probably be installed directly to an octagon junction box. Wet location listed, and then the very last icon there, bottom right, and then written also in in red here on the bottom left. In terms of just an easy to apply product, this does carry a fire rating when installed to a fire rated junction box. So that just based on your local code, local authority having the jurisdiction. If you need fire rated, if you simply install this and make sure that there's a fire rated box above it, we're providing you then with this product a fire rated fixture as well. All right, more positioning, and this again really is our family. Interestingly, this really started in reverse order, meaning right to left. So the first product that ever existed in this family was the larger shade. It's a flat panel type product that's engineered, still exists. The neat thing about this is we have done the same then finishes when we announced Shade Mini 6-inch, which is the one in the middle of the slide, and then now with the Shade Mini 4-inch. So to me, if you do end up with a larger commercial project, we just wanted to remind you the shade absolutely still exists. It is a nice family pairing to use across the board. Probably a real world example might be something with a taller, lobby type space, something of that nature, larger conference rooms where you would want to use the shade, and that'd be appropriate for, a lot more lumens, a lot more luminous surface, and just overall product scale. And then for those corridors, smaller areas or spots where the ceilings step down, again, kind of the use of the Shade Mini 6 in the middle, and then Shade Mini 4 on the far left would be appropriate companion surface mount products to use. Additional point here, and so this is the first one that I wanted to talk more about the lumens. So we look at the Shade Mini 4-inch, 560 lumens, and then the Shade Mini 6-inch. And again, I know we don't show it as 6-inch, but the original Shade Mini in the middle at 1100 lumens. 2 things to that. Number one, we really looked at from an engineering standpoint on total area of the lens and then the amount of light that comes out of it. So it's really lumen density per area of the lens. And so with that, with Shade Mini, the original, and then with Shade Mini 4, we really tried to balance that brightness because of the area or size of the lens. So there is such a reduced area when you go from 6 inches to 4 inches. It's a lot like when you order a pizza and you order the size that's 2 inches too small, and everybody's sad about it. you're always better off, with pizza, by the way, always order too much. But as a quick sidebar on that, we really did want to balance that lumens. We were very aware of lumen density across the lens. And so the 560 lumens is actually, from an area standpoint, still brighter on the lens, slightly brighter than it is on the Shade Mini 6. So that idea, again, if you're in a space where you're maybe using both or they're both visually connected, we've got you covered there as to why we did that. That's good for the overview. And then one additional part here on, again, actually utilizing it and putting it into practice. So if we start on the far right-hand side of this slide, we've made it very easy to spec the fixture complete, either round or square, one part number. The X's that are denoted there just simply are the finished codes, and that will all be on the spec sheet and simple to use. More importantly, and really, again, for some of our customer partners who I know are on this call who stock the Slim Multi 4, that is the base light engine that is behind at that 560 lumen level that's behind this product. So if you happen to be one who's already stocking the the Slim Multi 4, here with Shade 4-inch, we do a standalone ordering capability where you can order just the trim itself. So for those of you already using Liteline, thank you. Here's an extra opportunity then to really double your sale just by having then the capability and direct ordering, access of the actual Shade Mini 4-inch to attach to the Slim Multi 4. Secondarily, and this again is thanks to the engineers, and by the way, we also know you may have some applications where absolutely higher lumens are needed. So maybe it's something where they're using a 4-inch type fixture, but they really are putting it on a little bit taller than normal type ceiling height. So in that case, we also did devise a path with our Slim LED Plus. So Slim LED Plus is a product that is again, disc wafer type product that does not attach to the junction box. So that's why we made that mention where it's IC rated and that sort of thing. The Slim LED Plus is an IC rated product that does not install, goes up into the ceiling. And that then gives the ability to go up to 750 lumens. So again, if lumens are absolutely going to drive the bus, high mounting height, maybe you don't think they're going to be looking at the fixture as often as a decorative type element, do realize that we've absolutely, with this product, given you a path to higher lumens, and that would be your own ordering of Slim LED Plus. Choose the trim selection that you want, and you've made, again, a higher lumen Shade Mini 4-inch for yourself. Last important note on that, that same product, Slim LED Plus, if you're not familiar with it, we do that same industry, I would just say, leading and exceptional job with that. So that is a lifetime warranty product that is also 5 color temperature selectable and wet location listed all at once. So we've got all of those details. Let me just see here real quick if Gil, if you wanted to add a note on that, please do.
Yeah, just one quick comment on the option to use it with the Slim LED Plus. That will also give you the opportunity to specify it with different control options like 0-10 volt and other available options that we have for Slim LED Plus.
Well done, Gil and team. Yeah, thanks. That's great. That was not on my radar, and I think that's an important thing. Some of these larger commercial spaces, if controls is driving the bus, that's a good avenue to have as well. So thanks. Okay, and then last, just to kind of finish with an image, it was decades ago, so I think, and when I see that image on the left, called a dog dish or surface mount decorative, makes me think again of maybe late 90s, early 2000s. And so I really like what Marie and the team put together here for a render. The idea here about Shade Mini 4-inch, number one, as you can appreciate just at the ceiling level, you don't have that glare of this direct, surface mount type disc. And then number two, because you're providing that shielding, you're getting those additional benefits into the space. So no longer do you have this flash, glare, brightness, that was reflected off of, in this case, kind of that vertical kind of a vertical slat wall, I guess I'll call it there too. So again, it's going to change the look and feel of the space 100% for the better. So that's Shade Mini 4. Product number 2 this month are updates and additions to Click. We've got 2 things for you here. First and foremost, we've really needed an avenue in the Click system, and Click, just for those who aren't familiar with it, this is a low voltage channel system, many different lighting elements. We're not going to get into that today. But typically the way that has been assembled, when we've needed to change a direction, it has always been on a 90-degree hard fixed, hard machined joint that we make you in that. We realized just number one, the interest in making some different patterns. And then other times, especially in suspended installations, so again, kind of as shown in this rendering, it's just a little bit better for the contractors and all involved to have a little bit of flexibility and be able to, again, make some of these patterns or shapes in the field. And so that's the reason behind the Click adjustable connectors. And we are supporting both a 2, 3, and 4-way connector on that. As shown, and kind of because of the dimensions of the product and the way that's designed, we can actually close that down to a 15-degree angle. So that is a very acute angle, being able to close it up that tight. And obviously you can run it straight through, open it up to 180. Another just important kind of application note on that, there is a locking set screw on that. So again, once these patterns are up, and especially if they're suspended and maybe someone was thinking that there's going to be a lot of HVAC movement overhead, you can rest assured that you actually are locking those shapes into place at each connector joint. And then new, and that's shown on the bottom right. And again, maybe as just quick orientation for those who aren't as familiar with Click. Click prior to this has had 5 different channel type systems or ways to mount it. So that's everything from that flanged recessed, showed up in the upper left, right on through. And then what is new is a new, what we call kind of double channel or an up down. So the one note on this, and probably shown best in this slide, Click up down is a different profile height. This really is us stacking 2 Click channels, one on the back of another. This gives us then 2 electrical raceways. This again, idea here of using it with the solid light bar. This is something that again we can really see an application where, in this case, they wanted to keep a very clean design. I think another good application of Click up down, again, obviously in a suspended installation, would be if you wanted to use some track or spot type heads. A lot of times if these systems are suspended, down, and yet there's more architecture, features, wall art, those sort of things, we really like the idea on the uplight portion that now you would have the capability to add, a spot type track head, and again, do some punch and accent light because of fixtures you would be putting actually into the top of the fixture. And then electrically and details wise there, they are controlled separately up and down, so you would always have that capability. More importantly, just like we support you always with Click designs, it is Liteline, and Liteline people. So actually, Liteline employees. We'd never take that work off site, but we would provide you again full submittal drawings, all the details. We'll do all the planning for what's needed, both for lighting elements and then the proper drivers to power those lighting elements. So think of us for that, and in this expansion on Click. Flex is product number 3. 2 things that are happening here. First and foremost, we have now added a lower wattage option on Flex. We call it Flex 10. So that's what's in the bold blue highlight there. So just a tick under 1,000 lumens. All form factors supported on Flex 10. Really, the need for that piece has come up where people are really fighting, either fighting or just kind of complying with and want to do the best job that they can with energy codes. So it's a terrific wattage reduction going from 15 watts to 10 watts, especially when the Flex light engine gets used in a flush mount cylinder type application. We're just seeing more and more of those all the time. That certainly is one of our most popular form factors to use with Flex. Flex, again, just as an orientation for others with that, that is now something where we are rolling into making 120 to 277 volt across the board. As it is today and what we can ship today, that is through Flex 10, 15, and 22 in most form factors. We're working on that 277 capability in 32 and 38. And then likewise, it will always dim triac and ELV. When we get into the 277 volt versions, you're going to naturally pick up a 0 to 10 volt dimming capability there. All fixtures, black, white, silver. We just need to know ahead of time what color temperature they want. So we actually, because of this product and how we scoped it with a 95 CRI, I know we don't have that on this slide, but every single Flex is a 95 CRI. It is a tremendous, light quality piece, and again, unified throughout the space. So just need to know your color temperature because that is not field selectable. And then the beam angles on this is the aspect that is field selectable. So again, for anyone new to Flex, you could have a customer order that as a 60-degree, all of a sudden wildly change their furniture plan or just simply their use of what they're doing in the space. And it really is, we have a direct path to all the way down to the 15-degree beam. So again, it's a great story and glad to have the lower wattage here added with Flex 10. And then second update for Flex, this is one that just a short time ago was essentially just a 5 form factor product, and we've added then that on the lower line. We added the wall sconce, that up-down wall sconce, a few months ago, as well as the dual point, which goes over a single junction box. Now what is new for us is just a half wall sconce. That armature coming off the wall is fixed. So some people look at that image and they may say, oh, you're just taking your monopoint that's shown in that upper left and you're just turning it to the wall. That is not the case. So again, if it's meant to be a half wall sconce, it is absolutely fixed in that orientation. Two other notes. We want that to be ADA compliant. So that is available just in the Flex 10, 15, and 22 sizes. That again ensures that no matter where it's mounted wall height wise, the building, the space would be ADA or in ADA compliance with the use of that fixture. Second note on both the half wall sconce, and I should say it's for all of them, but we most often get asked about the half wall sconce or the wall sconce. Those are dry location use only. So please keep that in mind. Yes, they're attractive and all that sort of thing, but this particular product application and build, because of its modularity, is only a dry location product. And then fourth product then to speak about today and bring us to the question section in about 2 slides is our Vela. So we really here, we're certainly not the first company with tape light, but we know there's a lot of application with that. And so in Pega, which we launched a couple months ago, and now with Vela, Vela is at its light engine source a tape light driven product. For those of you not familiar with our tape light program, we do static CCT, we do tunable white tape, we have a full color tape that also is not only full color but also tunable white, and then there also is a warm dimming COB tape. So again, if warm dimming is what's important, that's a terrific looking product as well. All of those tape products can be put in the Vela. What we think really doing better, and in particular doing better for our contractors who have to install this stuff. Vela is really about now saying, okay, we'll do the hard work when we've got the luxury of bench building these products. We've got the saws, we've got all the material to do it at our facility. And so we want you to be able to make it easy to sell now the recessed channel product as a complete fixture. So bullet point number 1 is the biggest takeaway from what we are doing here. We will build you a complete fixture. More importantly, you can order it, specify it, and just know what you're getting in one single line item. And that then when it comes out to the field, we'll have everything terminated, and it is you/your contractor, your customer selecting whether they want it to be as short as 8 inches, as long as 96 inches. And then the neat thing is you've got the granularity of picking any 4-inch increment along the line, and that's what we will build it to. Most important on this piece, because it is easy, it's soldered. We have planned then the driver power. We've done everything for you with that. This is not a fixture that you are going to add on to in the field, or you're going to say, hey, I'm just going to order a bunch of 96-inch fixtures and I'll field cut them once I get them there. That is not possible with these. So realize that the easy button, the part where we're doing it better, is that it is a complete assembled fixture. And it is definitely worth talking about this as a superpower to any of your contractors who are just done with all of this, having to mess with and field build, stick build the fixtures, because that just takes a whole lot of time. And for those who don't do it all the time, it's a slower process to do in the field. And of course, because we're as opportunistic as can be, and I just talked about all the great things about doing a complete fixture, which, by the way, if I had to work with one, I still really do prefer that one. But we do know there are some custom installations. They can't get details on cabinetry. They're not sure what's going to be there, and they've got all the skilled labor to get it done in the field. We're certainly going to support you with that as well. So Vela Channel, importantly here, is available, 3 different finishes. This would be something for, on again, that exact opposite spectrum when you want to field assemble, field build what you want, and be more granular with it. So that's the Vela Channel. The 2 important takeaways here of what our channel offers, and this is again things that we were very particular in getting feedback from the field on what dimensions worked. Number 1, this is always a flanged channel. And so that line drawing that's shown, that's the channel laid on its back. It is a tick more than an inch on the outside to outside edge of the flange. More importantly, it's just a bit over 3/8 of an inch in depth, or a little under 10 millimeters in depth. So this is something where this can be, mortised in, recessed into, your millwork type products. And then lastly, in terms of width underneath that flange, it's just a little bit under 3/4 of an inches in width in terms of dropping into to your own channel that you'd make in the field. So dimensionally, this product again is minimized, and it's minimized so that you can maximize the places that you'll end up using it. Last part then with Vela, and that would be available in the full fixtures as well, but we do 2 lenses now. So the standard frosted, and then also a standard frosted black. Last little kind of side note on that for those who may not be familiar with what a black lens does. Yes, it definitely cuts some light transmission, but the entire idea of that is using and applying a black lens to a product, especially in an environment where maybe it's daylit, maybe you have a direct view of the channel a lot, but there's going to be times basically where the channel is exposed and is seen, but it's in an off state. The black lens is what that is all about. So your dark cherry millwork, or if they're doing like a black stain or something like that, that's a neat little trick to be able to add in with a black lens. So that's the overview. That covers all 4 products and what we wanted to do with you today. So I will pop over and start looking for any Q&A pieces. Is there anything else? So Gil, Hanny, Maria, anything else from the Liteline team that you'd also like to add on what we covered today? All right. Let me move over then to Q&A here and see if there's anything submitted. So far I don't have questions. So that part's good. So it means I told a fairly linear story with what we have. Maria, are you seeing anything on your side that maybe I'm not with Q&A or with chat? How's it looking on your side?
No, I don't see anything either.
All right. Very good. Group, I'll give it about one more minute, maybe a little bit less if someone's, typing away. I don't want you to feel like you're typing something and then we're gonna end it on you. But again, for those who attended, thank you so much. You'll feel free to drop out if you don't have anything else question-wise. But I'll hang out here for just another minute or so and we'll take it from there. So, all right. So I do have a first question here. So this is on so an SLM4. I'll need a little help here. So the question is from Kevin to the Liteline group here. So the SLM4 in a 12-watt CCT white will accept the 4-inch shade trim as an accessory. So if that again is the Slim Plus with that part number, the answer is yes, it will take the 4-inch shade. That is correct.
Yes.
Gil, did you have an
that's
add
the
on
correct part number. Yes, that's the correct part number, and it will get the shade as an accessory. Yes.
Awesome. Yes, and then magnetic snap-on, that is also a yes. So that's a great point. That design of that does not rely on detents or something that you're engaging with the outer shell of the fixture. It is actually magnets, and in the Liteline in the Liteline way, we use plenty of magnets too. They are not going to fall off. So yeah, Kevin, thanks for your question. Cool. All right, another 20 seconds or so. We could. I don't know. Some people probably like the Maple Leaves. They were skating pretty well when I turned it off last night. Or we can talk about the Chicago Bears. So, let's see what we got here. Anything else? We're good there. Guys, I'm checking one more thing here. Group, thank you for the time. We've cleared the questions. I appreciate it. I wish everyone a good day. And again, on behalf of the whole Liteline team, thanks for attending our October webinar. Have a good day.